What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Career Mode with Wrexham. This is episode number 7, and as we're entering the month of October, you'll see today we face Tranmere, Accrington Stanley, and then Sutton in the EFL Trophy. We're hitting a bit of a rough patch in these early stages. Episode 6, not only do we speak at length about VAR and the controversies around it, but we also won one and lost 2 games. It was 1 step forward, 2 steps back for sure. We beat the league leaders Stockport, which was an incredible feat considering they'd only conceded 5 goals this season. But either side of that, we lost both our home games. Firstly against Notts County, and then against MK Dons in the final game of the episode. And those 2 defeats in 3 actually matched our total amount of defeats in the first 9 league games. So we've fallen down the ladder a little bit. We're currently sat in 10th, so still top half, but obviously because of our board's high ambitions for this club, they want us to win the league, not only just get promoted or reach the playoffs, but they want us to win the league, which in your first season back in Football League, that's a very tough ask. And look, don't get me wrong, I know that the owners are very well known and they want big things for the club, but I'm beginning to worry that perhaps I can't deliver their expectations in this first season. We're still early doors, so hopefully we can, but to be honest, going into the season, I was happy with the playoffs. To get promoted and then get the playoffs next season, I would have been very happy with that. But it's still early doors, like we said, so who knows? Maybe we will achieve their dreams. Well, going into the first game of today's episode, the games didn't get any easier. Tranmere away from home, the side who are currently sat in the top 3. Stephen Fletcher suspended after his red card against MK Dons, so Sam Dalby comes into the starting 11, who has actually done all right when coming in. We've touched on his ability a couple of times, and he tends to impress, but 3 defeats in the last 4 doesn't set us in a good stead going into this game, and it'd be Tranmere who would take an early lead. When this goal went in, this was a beautiful finish, by the way. I had absolutely no qualms with this goal. Nice little turn and a great finish here from Dennis. Prior to this goal, I think we touched the ball maybe 3 or 4 times. The ball did not leave our third before that goal went in. So talk about a deserved goal. Well, it would go in, and then it's at the other end of that deserved goal spectrum, one that was not deserved, I don't think. Paul Mullin with our first attack of the game. He goes forwards. His shot is saved by the keeper, and it's bouncing towards the goal, and the Tranmere striker does score an own goal. But the hosts would restore their lead just before half-time. Lewis getting on the score sheet, and it is 2-1. Just into injury time in the first half, though, can we find another equaliser? Mendy driving forward. He tries to square it to Belabor, but it is cleared away. Good clearance. Chance still alive, though. Belabor to Lee. Finds Evans. Evans with a shot. Good save again from the Tranmere keeper. Nothing would have come from the resulting corner, and we would head into the break down once again. I think even the game we won in last episode, we were losing at half-time. So it's been an unwelcome trend of us being down at half-time. We really need to get going better in halves. Well, we wouldn't even get better in the second half. Dennis was back, his second and his side's third of the game. A really disappointing goal for Okonkwo's point of view, beaten at the near post, and it is 3-1. Again, we're looking to get back into this game. Mendy's original corner is swung in and headed out, but he gets a delivery in. And this second delivery, I absolutely loved it. It was teasing just in front of the keeper to, make him doubt whether to come out or not. He doesn't. And Sam Dalby, who I think makes it 4 goals in 4 starts this season, bags a header to put us back in this game. And then the striker almost gets his second, but the Tranmere keeper comes up with a good save. And unfortunately, that would be it. It would have been, I'll be honest, it would have been undeserved if we had found an equaliser in this one. Tranmere dominated us. We had a couple of chances. We scored a couple of goals, one of them being an own goal as well. But we were not at the races today at all. And Tranmere fully deserved that victory, which is actually a result that takes them top of League 2. So, the position we're aiming for, Tranmere currently hold that spot. We fall even further down the ladder, and that is 3 defeats in 4 now, which is it's definitely worrying. Considering I'm not really sure what we're doing wrong at the moment. We seem to have a lack of confidence in the side, as we see the scout report here from America. Jesse, the striker, Jesse, the goalkeeper, he looked very strong there. I'll keep scouting him as it was only the first month, but he was looking like a good prospect indeed. But yeah, going back to the struggles of the team and why we're struggling to find form at the moment, I just think we lack confidence. I think the team's definitely good enough to be up there and competing, and I think we're relying too much on Paul Mullen at the moment, which can happen easily when you have a top tier striker in a team. You just become too reliant. I think the rest of the team needs to take responsibility in getting some results. Well, heading into the second game of the episode, it'd be Accrington Stanley, and it'd be a great chance to get a response. But Accrington Stanley, who are they exactly? Well, I'll tell you who they are. They're a team that's leading at Wrexham. They take an early lead here. Again, Okonkwo not showered in positive limelight here. He dives in when they don't even take a shot and gives them an open net to score in. Stanley second bottom at the moment, 2 wins from their opening 13 games, but they led here. Again, we were down at half time. Belabor hitting the post in the first half as well, quite unlucky with that shot before Stanley would make it 2-0. 25 minutes to go. Quick is given the freedom of the box despite there being about 15 Wrexham players in there. He walks through the defence and rifles a home again. Okonkwo not looking good in this one. And we're down 2-0, and I make 5 subs actually. 25 minutes to go, I made 5 subs. I was not happy at all. I was not about to lose our 5th league game at home already. And so from kickoff, we make changes. Paul Mullen gets up there. We said we were relying on him, and well, sometimes you have to be. And PM10 continues his hot streak. He makes it 2-1 with a great finish. Before 5 minutes to go, we're recycling the ball. Evans into Davis. What can the sub do here? Doesn't rush it. Plays it into Ford. Ford to Evans. Evans to Lee. It's a heavy touch, but Lee gets there. Rifles it into the top corner. And well, I mean, to be honest, if you score a late goal in this game now, you have these cutscenes, which is really cool. But in the hindsight, I wouldn't actually want to be celebrating a late leveller against second bottom. And well, there would have been scenes here. We almost pulled off an incredible comeback. Dalby with the shot that was saved. As I shot, I was saying to myself I should have passed it because we had a player free in the box who was just there for the open net. But again, I don't think we would have deserved the victory. I think it would have been a false report on what was not a fair result on Accrington Stanley. They definitely deserve something from this game. And if you play like that, Stanley, you will stay up this season, obviously in the relegation zone at the moment. And Accrington Stanley, when you have like weird affiliations with teams, or you have teams in different leagues that you just always look out for their results. With Stanley, a friend of mine, he is a Stanley fan, which is strange in itself, but it's even weirder that if you don't know, I live in the south of England, so for someone living here to support Accrington Stanley is quite odd. And pre-COVID, it actually became a sort of birthday tradition that a few of us would take him to a Stanley game each year away from home. We'd try and find one in London or on the south coast. And we went to Barnet away when they're in League Two. That was fantastic. And then we took him to Charlton, I think, the following year. That was a lot of fun. And then the year that COVID hit, we were due to go to Portsmouth away, which I was very excited for because Fratton Park, as you know, is a proper old school stadium and a great atmosphere down at Portsmouth. And we were really looking forward to that. And it was that weekend, actually. I think the game was on the Saturday. I think on the Friday was when they announced nationwide that all games would be postponed for an extended period of time. So we were gutted that we didn't get a chance to go down there, and we haven't actually been to a Stanley game since, and maybe that's something we'll have to do. But yeah, so ever since then I always just sort of keep an eye on Stanley results. It's weird, you get these affiliations with clubs. A lot of my community on my Twitch channel, they support lower league teams as well, and so I'm now consciously or subconsciously always looking out for their results as well. So you tend to form allegiances with these teams, which is really nice. And Stanley is one of those teams, although wasn't happy with them in this game after we drew 2-2. There was actually boos at the final whistle as well. 1 win from our last 5 games. We're looking at poor. Well, going into the third and final game of the episode, we would have a nice distraction from our poor league form. And well, Andy Cannon would star. This goal was beautiful, by the way. I had to show all the replays. It was an absolutely fantastic finish. The midfielder came to us pre-game and said, look boss, I'd like to play in this upcoming game, and to be honest, I was planning on doing so. I'm not fussed about this competition. It would be nice to win. The EFL trophy would be a nice little trophy to add to the cabinet, and obviously we could be up there competing, but my focus is on the league. So we made 11 changes. Even the subs were reserves that don't normally play, just because I wanted everyone fit for the weekend game against, I think, Forest Green we face. And we would we'd storm into a 3-0 lead against Sutton. Some nice goals scored. Yeah, Cannon, like I said, starred. He bagged 2. So asked to play, he played, and he scored twice, including a worldie. So I actually subbed him off with a good 20 minutes to go. He got a standing ovation from the fans because I wanted him to be featured in the league game on the weekend. He'll probably be on the bench, but he's definitely earned that place. Ollie Palmer scoring between Cannon's goals as well. Sutton did get a goal back, but we won the game 3-1, which means we go through this group stage and we're on to the next round of the EFL Trophy. We go through with Gillingham, this interesting league system where they have so many leagues of just 3 teams. It's interesting for sure. And going into the second round, you'll see here we'll play Barnsley away. So Barnsley, who yo-yo between Championship and League One, away from home at Oakwell. It will be a tough game. And it was a nice distraction from our poor form in the league, a victory that was needed, although it wasn't in the league. And as you can see there, we've dropped now to 13th. So we're even further away from the promotional playoff spots. 4 points adrift of Gillingham in 7th, and that's not even where the board wants to be. The board wants to be winning the league. So early days still, but we will try and find answers. We will try and find resolutions. If you have any ideas, maybe I need to mix up the system, the style, the formation. I try and keep the formation in the first season just to keep it realistic. I tend to change up the formation in the second season. But if you think there's something I should be changing in my tactics, in my 11, let me know in the comments. And of course, I hope you're enjoying this series. Drop it a like if you are, and I'll see you in episode 8 very soon.